All right, back on a Tuesday, Meghan Markle in Switzerland, as we mentioned over the weekend, promoting safer online spaces for children. Here is Patricia Treble, who joins us now for another Royal Roundup. Patricia, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And the Duchess making a powerful speech urging the world to consider dangerous digital spaces a public health issue. What more can you tell us about this speech and her appearance?
Yeah, so this was something. So she was in Geneva to unveil, it's a digital memorial for children who have lost their lives because of digital harm. And what she was talking about was the fact that we need to treat digital harm as a public health crisis. And we do a lot of stuff to protect our kids. We have seatbelts, we have, car seats. I didn't have those when I was a kid. We do now because we know the dangers. And we need something like that for the social media space. And it's something that she and Harry have been involved with for a long time.
Yeah. For sure. We also have to talk about the King and Queen because they were speaking out against anti-Semitism last week.
Yeah. So the King has always, he has a reputation. He has done this for decades. He is very close to the Jewish community. He has been talking about interfaith tolerance and understanding. And like everywhere else in the world, there has been an uptick in anti-Semitism and especially violence against the Jewish community in Britain. And he was talking, there was something in the speech from the throne that he gave, and of course that was written by the government. And then the next day he went to Golders Green, which is this area of London. It's the heart of the Jewish community in Britain. And he was meeting with victims of a recent attack. He was meeting with community leaders and stuff like that. And it was the most amazing thing because word got out that he was there. And all of a sudden, thousands of people poured into the streets, and it's phenomenal. They're hanging out of balconies, they're hanging out of windows, and they wanted to see him. And he did this massive impromptu walkabout, and everyone just said it was exactly what they needed. They wanted somebody there who was not political, and that is, of course, something the King can do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, meantime, we got reports that Archwell Productions, which of course is Harry and Meghan's production company, they're developing a new project for Netflix.
Yeah, and this is going to be a war drama. So this is something completely out of their warehouse. They're apparently going to be adapting a book about British troops in Afghanistan in the early 2000s, soldiers. And it came as a surprise to me because they've only really done, lifestyle stuff. They've only really done sports docu-series. So we'll have to wait and see how this goes. Of course, Harry was in Afghanistan twice, so there might be that connection there. I will say we are still waiting for them to produce a drama. We've been waiting for more than 3 years for the romance Meet Me at the Lake. So when we see it, we'll see it.
Okay. We saw Princess Catherine make a return to the international stage last week in Italy. Yeah,
boy, it was nice seeing her on the world stage again. It has been so long, of course, cancer and then the recovery. And it was a low-key event. She was there for 2 days, early childhood education. So it's all very low-key events. The Italians, of course, do it up well. So they had a huge thing in the city square, thousands of people. Let me put it this way. The interest was such that 300 Italian media applied for accreditation for 30 spots. And apparently this is not the last. There are reports that she is going to be joining William for Earthshot in India later this year.
Okay, and that was her first international engagement since receiving cancer treatment.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so first in 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Prince William and Kate Middleton's eye-popping rent for their forever home.
Yes.
Forest Lodge. That's been revealed?
It has been revealed. I'm going to be honest, $600,000 Canadian a year. 20-year lease with the Crown Estate. Now, it is a spectacular Georgian mansion, I will say, in an incredibly sought-after area of Britain, but that is eye-popping. They had experts come in, give the market value assessment on what they should be paying, and it's all because there is about to become, the House of Commons is looking into the Crown Estate and these royal rents. Remember Andrew with his peppercorn rent? Remember I had it? He literally was paying a peppercorn a year. So I think they're trying to get ahead of that, saying we're doing everything absolutely by the book.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
That's a big number.
It's a big number. Big number. Was that Canadian money?
Canadian.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You did the Khmer. Okay. I don't want to run out of time. I want to see this. We talked about it last week. The King having a garden party. For the
King's Trust. So
for the King's Trust, right?
Exactly. So this is his charity for youth. He's helped more than 1 million people, 1 million youth over 40 years. It's celebrating its 40th anniversary. And they had a garden party at Buckingham Palace, and it was not the typical garden party because there's a DJ, and of course the king then gets up. Idris Elba is there because he was helped by the trust. He's one of the ambassadors. And so he invites the king up, and the king starts doing the DJing. And the king loves music. He has done this before over the decades. He knows what he's doing, and it apparently was a great time.
Yeah, this is not the first time that he's got behind the deck, as they like to say, behind the ones and twos.
Does he start scratching?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's good at DJing and pouring beer. Excellent at pouring beer.
I think those are both worthwhile skills.
I think they're good skills to have.
Does he have a DJ name? Do we know?
I don't know, but I think you know what? C3. He's got to be C3,
right? Yeah.
Charles III, C3.
DJ Funky C. I don't know. We got to work on it. We're workshopping this. We'll figure it out. So, Patricia Treble, thank you so much. Appreciate it as well.
You're welcome.